YouTube is an absolute mess right now. Most of you know that YouTube is going through some problems. There's been a massive exodus. There's an ad boycott. A bunch of major companies are pulling their ads from YouTube because they're being told that their ads are being run along extremist content, things that aren't like advertiser friendly, things that aren't like PG. Now, this is really concerning, especially to a channel like mine where I just crossed the threshold of this being full time. And so now that, say, the ads are going to be decreasing, there's going to be less ad revenue. And so people are kind of panicking, and it's raising a lot of like problems, and people are also trying to find solutions. Keemstar came up with a good idea, and he partnered with Scarce, and it was called Thank You Coke, where basically what they wanted to do was just give free promotion to advertisers that continue to run their ads on YouTube. And so supposedly Coke was one of those people, but then it later on came out that actually Coke had pulled their ads as well. So it was kind of like a nice idea, and I actually do support that idea. I still do. I think it's kind of a nice thing. I just think that the gun, they jumped the gun, and it would be maybe better to just do a little bit more research, find the companies that are still on for the long haul, maybe make sure they're just confirmed, and then maybe from there we can start giving them some type of promotion. But I digress on that. So most people are wondering, why the hell is this happening? And a lot of people are speculating, and I was as well, that the mainstream media, they're fighting back. They're trying to reclaim the throne because they've been dying. The old media has been dying for a long time. And one of the things that kind of seemed interesting was because the restricted mode. Everybody's been talking about YouTube restricted mode, that most people's content, like mine and PewDiePie's, most conservative people, and there's a few liberals, and people didn't really start talking about it until a lot of people in the LGBTQ community started seeing that their content is pretty much gone in restricted mode as well. But it seemed like, say, overall, with all of the riffraff settled, that the mainstream media like CNN and publications like that, their stuff was still remaining in restricted mode because it's news. You can get news. You need to research news for school or something like that. So I guess they're okay. They're okay for kids, but not alternative media or anything of the sort. So it seemed like that was a pretty good lead to start that, hey, something fishy's going on. But after a few days of speculation, it seems like the Wall Street Journal, we all know how fucking shitty the Wall Street Journal is. We all remember what they tried to do to PewDiePie, or actually what they did to PewDiePie. And it seems like they have their hands in this. Just check this out. AT&T and Johnson & Johnson were among prominent advertisers that pulled their marketing from YouTube and Google Ads Exchange on Wednesday after news reports showed their ads running next to offensive material. Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, and Walmart were a part of another wave of companies that pulled non-search ads from Google on Friday after the Wall Street Journal discovered the brands alongside YouTube videos with racist and anti-Semitic content. Here's another gem from the Wall Street Journal that I found. Love is all you need. Would you rather run ads next to Islamic State recruitment videos or movies featuring 1990s television stars falling in love while trying to make an ex-boyfriend jealous? See Moonlight in Vermont starring Lacey Chabert. In other words, does your brand stand for love or hate? Do you see what they're trying to do? They're trying to just paint this picture that fucking YouTube is just god-awful and it's just filled with just garbage and extremist videos and extremist thoughts. And we all know it's not like that. We all know there's just a very small amount of garbage that runs through big ass websites like that, and ad companies aren't stupid. They know this. They know that you can't curtail everything. They know that if you crack down 100% that your site's gonna fail, or if you try to get a team that can actually survey all of the garbage, then they're probably gonna go bankrupt anyways because they're spending too much money on people like manually trying to fix stuff. So why are these companies buckling under pressure? Because it's easier to handle it that way, instead of dealing with all the riffraff and people that don't really understand the situation coming at them and saying that, oh, these ads XYZ are racist, because companies, they have to deal with stuff like this before. I remember back then, I think it was in 2015, Coke had to pull an ad from the TV because it was like a Mexican Coca-Cola ad, and people were like, this is fucking racist or something like that. So they, instead of just like explaining themselves or being like, no, listen guys, it's just easier for them for just sever ties and take their stuff elsewhere. And this is exactly what Wall Street Journal, they know this, and they're trying to make this happen, and it looks like it's fucking working. So the old media is trying to take down the new media. That's what I'm getting from this. It looks pretty fucking obvious now, and it's goddamn awful. And the thing is, a lot of people are complaining and concerned, and I think rightfully so. There's also other people on the other side saying that people should just shut the fuck up and ride this wave. Just don't even worry about it. You might be okay, you might not. Shit like this happens all the time. But here's the thing. shit like this doesn't happen all the time. You know, companies do fail naturally. There's natural evolutions or devolutions, whatever you want to call it. But this is clearly an attack. There's an attempt to make sure that all these fucking companies leave, and a lot of people are silenced and they can't say shit. They can't do shit anymore, because the unfortunate thing is a lot of people aren't going to make as many videos because of this. Because they're going to be like, okay, now I have to get like a part-time job on the side because I can't just make my money off of this thing. And so it's going to create some mass hysteria if the current trend continues. Look, if this was just a natural thing, if YouTube just started failing, it would just be, it is what it is. You would be angry, but then you would try to move on, and then that's it. You know, just like, say, when MySpace started and it blew up, and then after a while it just started to die because of horrible marketing and decisions and whatnot, trying to change things and make it more news-like or something like that, and then kind of throwing away all the music and stuff. All the huge stars like Kid Cudi and Asher Roth, people that just got their start off of MySpace, they just shat all over it. And then it was like, well, that was the end of an era. And if YouTube was just like this, I think a lot of people would just be angry, and then they would just be like, all right, it's time to move on to another website or something like that. But yeah, like I said before, this isn't exactly what's happening. This is, you know, companies being manipulated and buckling under pressure. You know, the Wall Street Journal and other people like this, obviously they're supporting this because they're going to have the monopoly on media again and news. And it's like, fuck that shit, man. Especially because it's affecting people that have nothing to do with anything like that. People that are just making good content. YouTube's trying to update their algorithms, and they're trying to update their keyword searches, or trying to ban certain words and demonetize them. And people are getting hit hard. People are getting hit hard that have very safe content, and it sucks, man. The last thing I want to say is that, like, as much as YouTube's been having so many fucking problems, I want to say that I still like YouTube. I don't want YouTube to fail. I've been using YouTube since 2006, since like the Juggernaut, bitch.
Pimp smack your ass, bitch.
And Unforgivable.
She sat down like, bitch, who told you to sit down? You better wait for my request.
Those are some interesting times, and I'm really hoping that, say, sometime in the future, that YouTube might be able to return to a neutral platform where everybody can grow and share their content and express stuff, and then and there's not going to be a bunch of piece of shit outlets like the Wall Street Journal trying to just cripple YouTube just because they're fucking jealous or whatever. Anyways, guys, that's all I have to say on this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day.
I'm bad. I'm the baddest motherfucker in the world.